Hola from Paraguay. So this is your data telecommunications computer setup that you're looking for if you're traveling. This one's going to be specific to Paraguay, but similar things will apply to unless you're in the West and you're traveling to the West, you'll probably have a little less problem. But if you're from the not West, we'll call it, and you're going to the West or the West to the not West, probably going to have a little more to figure out and figure out your local carriers and all that kind of stuff. So what do you want to think about? Um, Communication. So first, a horror story from our first trip. The only thing that really went wrong most of the entire trip was we land in Paraguay, 32 hours of travel time, haven't slept in 2 days practically, um, and the Uber driver doesn't show up. No hablo español. Yeah. So we figured out how to get a taxi, and the taxi took us. We gave him all the information, and the host at the building we were going to don't give you pictures of the building that you can use to reference the building. You get there, the person behind the front counter will not get on the computer and look up your number. No, you don't have a room. No, no. Again, no hablo español. So the even the taxi driver wasn't sure this was the right building because I don't know what else it would be though. This is, he could at least get us some clue what he was thinking. So while we were driving around and we went to another building that was 2 blocks down the road to say, hey, where is this place? I got Wi-Fi real quick. And I was immediately bling, 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 bling. My group's looking for me, right? The lawyers we hired to find us, they're like, where is he? He disappeared. He didn't get punched. And I'm trying to answer the questions. Yes, we did. We're here. This is what's going on, blah, 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 before we have to head out the door because I can't say, hola, uno momento, por favor. I'm not at that level yet. I just arrived and I haven't slept for 2 days. I can't even think straight. So I thought, well, what am I going to do with 6 luggage bags? Oh, I can't just wander around the frickin' country looking for Wi-Fi. So I said, just take us back to the airport. At least I'm at ground zero and I can reference where am I. So we did, and I was able to go negotiate one time. The second time he wouldn't do it with the security guard to let me have the password to the Wi-Fi. Why the Wi-Fi thing didn't stick and stay there while I was there, I don't know. I lost it, had to go try again, and he said no. So now I'm in a foreign country with no ability to get to my hotel, even though we were at the hotel. I don't remember how we solved it, but we did finally get a hold of my lawyer. He did come and get us at the airport. We drove down, ironically, in the same Uber driver that was supposed to pick us up, and he showed him a picture of Stephanie. He goes, I wasn't sure if this was her. She had glasses on, and the picture you gave me, she didn't have glasses on. Right? What? Come on. Really? I mean, I'm betting he sent the bill anyway, regardless of, I don't know what the hell was going on. But anyway, that's what happens when you don't have communication. Because even when we got back to the place and it was the place we were at was correct, and he could tell him, pull your head out of your ass, log into your damn computer, and look at this number. Like, oh yeah, oh yeah, so excuse por favor, oh, you know, complete lazy ass. Uh, so anyway, bad things happen when you can't communicate, and it happens the minute you get off the plane. So no bank, no teller, no nothing. So this time we spent a lot of time researching, and we actually are going to save ourselves a small fortune in the States by doing all this research. So what we have, first of all, a dual SIM phone is important. We wanted a VPN. It is not mandatory, but if you want to watch your TV, if you need a two-factor authentication to come back to you, you need a VPN so nobody knows that you're here or wherever you are. Otherwise, you can't watch Hulu, you can't watch HBO Max, you can't watch Netflix. If you have a regular VPN, they will detect that, especially Netflix and HBO. Hulu, not so much. Amazon, doesn't care. But you want a static IP address that is pivotal to your decision making, and whether you are on it or not on it when you log in. If you try to go in without it on, because you can have it either way, you can roam around the whole world, you are already detected as being out, and they may already close your account, and then you're cut off from your email, and you can't authenticate. So you go to log in on a new device, so on and so forth. We have a Roku at home. I was going to put the VPN on that. Can't. If anybody knows how to do that, hey, add it to the comments so everybody else knows. I thought, well, I'll build my old router. I have a Ubiquiti something, I can't remember the name of the thing. And I thought, well, I'll just configure that. I'll do a double NAT, and the two routers connected to each other. I'll use my router to control my thing and my settings, and I'll VPN from that through their router to go out. And that I couldn't get it to work. It had been so many years. I was missing cables at the house I'm at, and my dad's Wi-Fi. They have a proprietary system. There's no jack to plug into. Then I'd have to risk unplugging that, screwing their system up, and so on. So I just decided to not do it and brought my laptop with an HDMI cable. Make sure it's a long enough HDMI cable, because sometimes the TVs are on the wall or in a place that doesn't have a plug that has an extra power outlet or what, and a power strip so that you can set all this up and then work from there. And that has worked flawlessly. HBO still figured out I was on a VPN, even though I'm static IP'd. I don't know how they did that, because the only thing that IP address has ever been used for is my stuff. Nobody else uses it. It's mine. So I'm at the same IP, and it says I'm in Seattle, which is where my account was. Not Seattle, but you get what I'm saying. It's in Washington. So a VPN, what VPN is another good question. I can tell you that we used NordVPN, N-O-R-D. Works fantastic. It does a lot of things, including monitor your cell phone numbers. So when you're trying to get scammed down here, if that happens, it blocks it all. It blocks the sales calls, the scam calls, the collection calls. It monitors your email. It tells you if you've been hacked. It tells you what data they got. It tells you all kinds of things. You can also get Incognia, I think it's called, which will monitor your stuff while you're gone, and scrub the network, scrub the web of all your data that's already out from when you didn't have it. We paid for 2 years and got a 3-month bonus to make it, I think it's like $4 a month, $4.50, somewhere in there. When we did it for Nord, we switched our cell phone to Tello, TELO.com. So far, damn good. If you are in America or in any one of 200 countries and you are on Wi-Fi, it's all free. You can call pretty much anybody anywhere, and it's not based off where you're making the call from. It's based off where you're making the call to. So if you're in Paraguay, your home phone is in the US, but you're calling Mexico, that's going to be different. Make sure Mexico is on the list, right? And all their plans always change, right? Check. I got unlimited text, unlimited calls, and 10 gigs of data per month for $15. Yep, and it works just as good as we went from T-Mobile, which we'd been with forever, because we never had a problem, so we never questioned it. But we went from, I don't know, like $180, $200 down to $30. So if you're looking for a way to save money where you are, look at Tello.com. They actually have tech support. It's pretty good. For me, because I'm not a phone guy, I am an IT guy, I'm a network guy, but I am not a phone guy. Not the phone guy. That's Robbie's job. You hear me? Call Robbie. If you need cell phone service, call Robbie. You're welcome, Robbie. So Tello's awesome. I would recommend a physical SIM in slot 1, because physical SIMs have benefits or drawbacks compared to an eSIM. That I like options. I want one SIM physical and one SIM eSIM, and the third SIM, which my phone happens to do, which I was kind of shocked to discover. You can also add 2 eSIMs. But if you put your eSIM from your home base, trying to order a physical SIM in the place that you're going to is going to be problematic, to say the least. So put a physical SIM in your first SIM card. You can always add eSIMs if you need to add later on, if your phone's like mine with a third one. So Tello for the main line, then get a eSIM in your country that you're going to that's a local company. That's a harder thing to do than you might think, so think that through. Google Translate on your phone if you have Wi-Fi and you can get Wi-Fi. Most of the places where you buy a phone will have Wi-Fi, and you can at least get the word across and write it down and say Wi-Fi and password, right? And then put that in, and then you'll have access to all the data that you need from Claro, or sorry, not Claro, Tello, and get the data you need to run the translator. And once you run the translator, then you can communicate to get your local SIM phone wherever you are. That's how we did it. Then you turn on the preferred one, and you turn on your second M, and you can run both SIMs at the same time, so that the local one will pick up the 4G and 5G, and the Tello will pick up all the Wi-Fi. So anytime you're on the Wi-Fi, it's free. And usually the plan, I can't remember what we paid here, but it was, I think, 20, 30 bucks for Claro, which is the local one in Paraguay. And it will do everything that Tello doesn't. And usually there's enough baked in data and calls and text that those don't charge you anything either. So for $45 per phone, we have full access to 2 networks, 2 towers, 2 countries, 2 everything. And so far, and then on Tello, you can also get roaming added. I bought 20 bucks worth of roaming. That's it. And it doesn't go away. It doesn't expire. It's not per month. It's per use, and it will auto renew. You can set the renew. I think when it gets to $2, it will reset and reorder whatever you specified it to reorder it automatically, so that you don't have to do it when you're traveling. It will just happen. I've spent 17 cents since I left the US 2 weeks plus ago. I think it is now. 17 cents. I mean, at that rate, that 20 bucks will last me the whole year. And I still can't even tell you, this is the thing I didn't like. I can't tell you when did that 17 cents happen? What number did I call? Where was I? What triggered that 17 cents? Because so far between the two, it's managed to handle absolutely everything. So you need a cell phone, you need a computer, you need an HDMI cable, you need a local number, a eSIM specifically that's physical in the first slot, or not an eSIM, physical SIM in the first slot, an eSIM in the second slot, and you should be good to go pretty much in most of the world, I would think, at this point. Obviously, Clarify and every place has got little tweaks that you can't predict. So this isn't the end-all be-all video, but that one thing alone. Oh, with Tello, with Tello, if you're traveling and you need to order it in the US and activate it in the US and make a call and a text. I'm just going to say both to cover my butt because everything changes. To make it active and make it work before you go to your foreign country. Do not wait to activate it. Like, I'm going to save 30 cents and I'm going to do it when I get there so I don't lose these 3 days or what. No. Start this process a good month before you're leaving. Get it on, get it working, verify everything's fine, and double check everything. If it isn't working, if anything isn't right and isn't working in the US, you are utterly screwed when you get to your foreign country. Like, it will take you a week to figure out what the hell went wrong and how to fix it. Get a hold, unless you've got friends, family, or you speak the local language. If you speak the local language, well, you just go deal with it and pay more money and have a headache. Way easier to do it from home. It did take a little longer because I couldn't figure out Tello's instructions and my lack of knowledge of phones and how they're currently working. I mean, I can program it. I wasn't up to speed enough to figure. I had little questions that if I was afraid to do it wrong and then try to fix it somehow. It was easier just to pause, wait, and go make a phone call to Robbie, which I did, and figured it out from there. Then when you get it all working, what you want to do is go through your phone settings under settings. And let me just log in here real quick to my phone to go to settings, go to connections, And then you have Wi-Fi calling preferred. You want to add that on. You want to go to the SIM manager, make sure your SIMs are on. Turn data switching on is what we did. I added the, what am I trying to say? I added the NordVPN on my phone. You can add, I think it's 10 phones to it, which will add the monitoring of all your stuff on your phone and lock everybody out so you don't get all that junk calls that you always get that annoy the hell out of you. However, at least in our specific case, it blocks all the 4G and 5G stuff sometimes, not always. So when you're like, damn it, I got no 4G, I can't do my translate. Okay, well, do you have your VPN on? Turn your VPN off. All of a sudden, you may have 4G and you have to be able to translate. So keep in mind that Nord is awesome. Love everything about it so far, except it blocks my 4G and 5G sometimes. And I can't figure out why it's not all the time. It's just part of the time. We also turned off the ability for 2G to work. Your country might be a little different. Depends on the area. Maybe the whole country is running on 2G. I don't know where you're going. But I do know from being a network, unless that's changed, because this was true a long time ago. If you turn on 2G and one phone or one device gets on your network that you allow 2G onto, the whole network slows down to 2G. They may, like I said, it may have fixed it by now, and this might not be true. But back when I was in college and I learned all this crap, that was true over the Wi-Fi network. If it's true over Wi-Fi network, I have to assume it was going to be true on the cell phone network. So again, I don't know phones. That would be Robbie's job. It's an inside joke, guys. So just bear with me on the Robbie jokes. The data switching is on. More SIM settings. Dual SIM always on. Probably turn that on. May vary in your country, but I have mine on. SIM card security. You can look at the variables in there that might apply to you. You can lock the eSIM settings so nobody changes them, nobody gets in and hacks you. And what else do we have? You set your primary SIM. You can set 1 or 2, so you can switch back and forth to which one's the primary. Keep in mind that everything's going to try to use 1 first, right? So if your Tello is on 2 and your local one's on that, you may burn through your data. You may end up with extra charges, blah, blah, blah. You can figure the drill out from there. Mobile networks, voice over 5G, I got that on. Allow 5G services, I have that on. Allow data roaming, definitely want those on. If you're paying for the data roaming like I did and you want to use it, and you got to have that on, right? So all these settings aren't normally what you're going to have on your regular setup. But if you're traveling, you're definitely going to want these on. I will turn this on even if I'm in the US because I've spent 17 cents and I've been on Tello almost 2 months now because we tested the crap out of it at home to find out, will it work? Will it work? Are you kidding me? I can get my bill down to 10 or 15 bucks. Holy crap. Hell yeah. And so far it has worked flawlessly. Steph and I are not going back to anything but Tello. Yeah. So that's my advice to you for your communications in Paraguay. Remember, 2 is 1, 1 is none. As we discovered yesterday when we went out to that place and I only had my phone and not hers. Ideally, you would set it up. I hate banking anything on phones, and so we limited it to 1, knowing we could be in trouble if we lost it, broke it, or had it stolen. In Paraguay, the moto dudes coming by and snatching it out of your hand is a thing, but not like Brazil and Argentina and whatnot. There have been in the last year that I know of 3 of our expats that has been done to. 2 of them just got it knocked out of their hand. They missed it, but the other one did get the phone taken. And if you don't have your phone, what happens? It's the same thing as having a phone and it not working. You're in for a bad deal. If you go to you can't order an Uber unless you know where you are. You can't use, there's no Google anything. So you better hope. And if you don't speak the language and you can't translate, where does that leave you? Utterly screwed. Second, if you have old phones, prep one of those. if you're only going to be on vacation for 2 weeks, month, something like that, buy a second tele line, back the whole thing up, set it up, get it ready. And if you bring it with you, put it in a different pocket, make sure it's strapped to your leg or something where, if you get snatched, robbed, hijacked, whatever, you have a second phone. I wanted to do that, but we had an entire case of phones. Some of them we found in my dad's house, and 6 of them were mine that I was saving. The whole box disappeared from the house. We have no clue where it went. I have looked high and low for it. I can't tell you what happened. Otherwise, we would have had a whole bunch of phones to choose from and set up and ready to go. But fortunately, I'm not spending $1,000 on an extra phone. Not that rich. So anyway, hola from Paraguay. Ciao.